We're live. We're live. We're live. Cause it's all in my head. I don't know why that popped in my head. Because that's not what I was listening to WAP earlier, as I was getting ready, but I don't know, you know. I have no idea. Listen, Bass Squad, I did not go live yesterday. I went to a kickback. We went to a kickback. That's what we did, and I'm glad I did. I had fun. I had fun. I know I'm not big into like a lot of games, but I'm always learning a new game. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to take that back with me and play that with, some of my people that's in America, like, Naughty. I think it's gonna be fun. I won some hand lotion, some mouthwash. Um, it was like a saran wrap game. It was like saran wrap like a basketball. And you have to like roll the dice until you get doubles in order to pass the ball. So the whole time you're unwrapping, trying to get to these little like trinkets, these little usable gifts, and until somebody rolls doubles, you get to keep unraveling. So tell me why on the first try I rolled doubles. Ah! Immediately, I said, "Oh, I like this game. Y'all know I like any game where I'm winning. Any game where I am a winning, honey, because we love a good win, don't we?" As y'all are coming in, can y'all thumbs up the video? Let's get in the habit of thumbsing up the video. I really want to get away from having to tell y'all to thumbs up the video. To me, I feel that's redundant. Why come to someone's house and not do these things? But please come in. It's like over 10 of y'all in here. I should have 10 likes or 10 dislikes. It should make sense. This is why the girls be thinking I'm paying for views. Absolutely not. I'm not spending none of my hard working money to pay for nothing. Okay, we built this brick by brick. So come on, babes, let's get in the habit of thumbsing up, thumbsing down. And if you don't know how to do it, double tap your screen. If you don't have those features, hit those three dots right there. You see that? Thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribe if you like the vibe, share if you care. This is how you can engage with the video, these three dots right here. That's how you can hype the video up. Please do all of those things. You can also send a monetary support. Thank you so much. Thank you in advance. Let the Bass Squad know we are here so that if someone does not get their notification, they can be alerted that there's a live going on. Please and thank you. That's the only thing I can do for free. That's the only thing y'all can do for free. And, again, I keep saying, I'm trying to get away from saying that, but I want y'all to get in the habit of knowing to do that. Because for some reason, y'all just do what y'all want. So, yes. So, my weekend so far, because we have not we have not finished the weekend, but I went and saw Wicked. I got to do the advanced screening for that. I was really thankful. Y'all know I'm an arts girly. I love everything about The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz, I remember watching it every year as if it was not a Christmas thing. Let me turn this off. I have my projector on, y'all. I be in here playing music off my Spaceman. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. So I thoroughly enjoyed Wicked. I saw The Running Man. I liked The Running Man. I did not know it was a remake, but it was really good. And they were dropping a lot of gems throughout the movie. So make sure y'all go check those out. Go hit up some of those movies over the weekend if you can afford to do it, if you love to do it. Yes. So hey, Couture Base, it's your girl Brooke Bright going live with the Brit Talk and Bass Squad. We have to talk. Now, before we get started, I've already told y'all what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe to have that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip me some apple juice or My Faith the Vegan Waters, and let's get into the mess, shall we? We are going to be talking about the MAGA wars, baby. Who would have thought the right would be fighting like this? There is in-house fighting. We're going to be talking about the Epstein files drama. We're going to be talking about Stephen A. Smith is a sellout. He is a political pawn. he's not even educated in politics, but here he go again, running his mouth, just talking just to talk. He's an Amanda Seals. I have to put it perfectly. He is an Amanda Seals. Have y'all noticed everybody who is linked to Charlemagne the God? Charlotte, Uncle Charlotte, they're all grifters. Have y'all noticed that? Angela Rye, a grifter. Amanda Seals, a grifter. Stephen A. Smith, a grifter. Like, it just, I'm amazed. I am amazed. They never have a true fluid opinion, and it disgusts me because they say it's for it's like they move the goalposts every time we come around. It's weird, it's strange, very psychotic. We got to talk about Megyn Kelly is an apologist. She is a Me Too defender. She does not care about the children. This woman who was paid millions upon millions of dollars for being a Me Too survivor under Roger Ailes, allies, Roger Ailes, that's how you say his name, Roger Ailes, she is now out here defending predatory behavior. Protect your children. Protect your children. She said 15 is grown enough. That's practically what she said in so many words. So we got to talk about it today. We got to talk about it today because it is weird. It's wonky. It is strange. And I want y'all to understand, you know, my mission is not done until everybody is living in a world where their children are protected. They keep saying they care about the children. I have not seen any one of these losers care about the children. What is happening? What is happening? All these conservatives. I have conservative values. Biggest predators. Biggest predators. Very weird, very strange. Very weird, very strange. Very weird, very strange. But let's see who's in the chat. Hey, Auntie Gang, what's going on? Hey, Terrius. Hey, Clutching My Pearls. Hey, DC Purple Diva. How are y'all doing? Yes, please get the likes up. Bless up by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Darius knows I love Holiday Heart. Y'all know I am a huge fan of Holiday Heart. I know a lot of people didn't really care for that movie. I love that movie. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. I really did. Where do we start off with Stephen A. Smith? Because we got to get him out the way. We got to get him out the way, okay? Y'all keep being pick-me's for these men, and you'll be left in the riverside. I just seen a TikToker get sued by the wife, but the lady didn't sue the husband for alienation of love or something like that. That is crazy. Shouldn't you be suing everybody? Shouldn't you be suing everybody? Let's get into Stephen A. Smith, our favorite step-in patcher. Y'all know how I feel about him. He is dumb. There's no way around it. He's too old. He's too old not to understand what is going on in our society, especially at the level he's at. We just gotta call spades a spade. You know, if they're gonna be out here talking in intellectual spaces, having their opinion, at least understand the optics, the year, things of that nature. And we were having this conversation last night at the kickback. Like, when people assert themselves in fields where they're not predominantly well spoken in, it makes you just think like they let anybody in this hole, which leads to you can do it too, but damn, at least have some type of wit. Don't be a pawn for the machine, because there's gonna be people like me that's gonna call your bluff. I told y'all I don't like weak men or weak women. They're dangerous. They're dangerous. Hey, Young Britza, what's going on? Yep, I saw that story. I saw that story. It was not, I don't know what you're talking about. I just think it was pick-me behavior. How the wife is suing the homegirl or the cousin or whatever, but not the husband. So you're going to sue this woman for millions of dollars, but go home to the man that was cheating on you? Child, the girls be losing the plot every day. This is why I say I got to maintain my peace.
Child. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that the Epstein files were in existence
and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. He's lying. You were there for 4 years. How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? He was still being tried. He was still being tried. This is how you know he's dumb. I know, it's a legitimate question. He's stupid. Maybe we know you don't know. The answer. Maybe my extraordinary producers should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, wrong. The same files that were open or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is, with various emails, that could have been done when Biden was in office. He's such a fool. He's such a fool. If it's so important now. He's so stupid. This is what I'm talking about. What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? See? This is the kind of stuff that smells. It doesn't smell. You're just dumb. And the reason I know you're dumb is because Epstein was in prison and he was unalived under the Trump administration. What's not clicking? Under the Trump administration. They were actively working to make sure they were getting these things because Ghislaine wasn't fully tried and convicted until she was under the Biden administration. You got to start using your brain. You're too old, unk. It's always these old ass men and women who don't use their brain, who do not know nothing, who rely heavily on their producers. You didn't even attempt to look, knowing you were going to come here with this weak commentary. It is so strange to me. It's very weird. And what is really sad is you're the face of intellectual ignorance. You are the face of intellectual ignorance. Stephen A. Smith is a pawn. This is why I say you have to watch these people. Black targeted media, because he's not black owned media. Shout out to Roland Martin, because he said a word with that. You're just here to cause chaos. Agents of chaos no longer come in the quintessential hood types categories. It no longer comes with the people with the golds in their mouth and the big chains. They now wearing suits and ties. They're wearing business attire and they're getting in front of mics and cameras. They no longer are out here with their bonnets and the rollers in their hair and the cheetah pants. They are wearing the cardigans. They're putting on the things of the Olivia Popes. Yeah. See, I caught on to your grift. It's a political grift because they're looking to, let's send out misinformation and do a disservice to the people. Let's cause more chaos and confusion that we already have. And this is why I say y'all don't have enough Luigi spirit for me. Stop telling me about how much of y'all are fighters y'all are. And y'all sit up there and listen to Stephen A. Smith lie because he is going to be eventually running for politics. So now he's doing the grip. He can't come out and just tell y'all he's a conservative. He has to say, I have moderate views. That's the new grift now. Oh, I have moderate thinking points. I don't really have a left or a right. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Sounding just like Amanda Seals. Just dumb. Just talking just to talk. Because y'all have nothing else better going on for y'all. Like, I see it for what it is. It is the political grift. Because they know the white moderates are going to feed into it. You see what I said? You see I didn't say anybody black? The white moderates. That's who's lining their pockets. That's why they be out here doing a different song and dance every 3 to 5 business days. This is why I am actively saying on the next. If you're not going to tell the truth, shut up. Just shut up. Talk about sports. We have enough political liars out here. We don't need another one. Political grift is at an all-time high, y'all. Moving right along. Do y'all agree? Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't agree, put a 2. If y'all don't agree, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all do agree, put a 1. Even testifying against your married spouse is protected by law. It is, but she only sued the homegirl. That's pick me behavior. Y'all can't convince me that's not pick me behavior. She said she felt alienated in the relationship. She's not divorcing this man. She just wanted to prove something. She wanted to stick it to the woman. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all be out here trying to say dick. It's Saturday. I feel we can talk a little bit more freely. Happy Saturday. Put your children, down for a nap. Because we're really going to talk about it. We're really going to talk about it. Because y'all out here just listening to losers. Please. I don't feel sorry for none of them. None of them. I see some of y'all came up in here. Please get the likes up. Can we get 80 more likes, please? And thank you. Please and thank y'all. I see some ones. Okay. Yes. Yes, Stephen A. Smith has so much to say about black folks, but stuttered and got scared when Serena's husband checked him. It amazes me. He's a step in fashion. Thank you, C. Patterson. Talk about I'm preaching. Not how about them Dallas Cowboys. That's who he should be talking about. That's the only thing he knows. Acting just like the blogger getting sued. Misinformation and disinformation. Ooh. I feel like this. You could talk about sports, but if you're going to come into this political space, know what you're talking about. Know what you're talking about. Why are you out here talking and you talking lies and then saying, well, I have to ask my producers. You couldn't do that before you got on air making bold statements? A weirdo. Let's get into the MAGA wars, shall we? Because it's nasty. Because we're gonna do Megyn Kelly last. Megyn Kelly, you can't trust her. You can't even trust her with your children, let alone we should be worried about her kids, her teenage daughter. Right now, Marjorie Taylor. So let's get into the MAGA wars. So y'all already know that Marjorie Taylor Greene came in swanging and banging. Ciao, let's go. We have breaking news right now. Marjorie Taylor Greene just blasted Donald Trump after he pulled her endorsement, and she is saying the reason he pulled her endorsement was because today she texted him about the Epstein files, and she has receipts. So this is from her. President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. I haven't called him at all, but I did send these text messages today. Apparently this is what sends him over the edge. The Epstein files, and of course he's coming after me hard to make an example to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astonishing really how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out that it actually goes to this level. This is a text message from her to Donald Trump today. Check the flight logs of Epstein's plane. Bill Clinton's on there, Hillary too. For many of us, releasing the Epstein files has always been about the victims of Epstein, but we also believe that Democrat bad guys like Clinton were entangled and involved. Epstein was a spider that wove the web, lead into. This is a text she got back from the White House, the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. In every single interview, this is her response. I have defended President Trump. I've said over and over that he's done nothing wrong, and their attorney says he's the only one who helped. Stop ignoring the women. Many of them literally voted for President Trump and said so publicly. Absolutely stunning meltdown happening in the MAGA world right now. Spread the word. I'll have more updates soon. Follow for more. I love it because Marjorie Taylor Greene is finally finding out that being a pick-me for a man never pays. It never pays. Marjorie Taylor Greene being told she's not going to be getting represented is crazy. We have it right here. Hey, Queen Salsa, thank you so much. Thank y'all for all the compliments. Can we get the likes up? Marjorie Taylor Greene is a disgrace to our great Republican Party. Lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor, lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot. Betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left. Performed poorly on the pathetic View and became the rhino that we all know she always was. Just another fake politician, no different than Rand Paul Jr., Thomas Massey, who got caught being a full-fledged Republican in name only, rhino, make America great again. I'm withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, including a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes. Who are the low taxes for? No men and women's sports or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country in the world, as opposed to being the laughingstock that we were just 12 months ago. We were not a laughingstock 12 months ago. I've been traveling internationally for years. That is a lie. I don't like when the people lie like that. But okay. Having trillions of dollars record setting invested in the USA. Who are these investors? And having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country just 12 months ago, and so much more. And I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance. Unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has also told many people that she is upset I don't return her phone calls anymore. But with 219 congressmen and women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, and almost 200 countries, and otherwise normal life to lead, I can't take a ranting lunatic's calls every day. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that they are too fed up with her and her antics. And if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican hating anchors. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. And that's when she fought back. Baby, MAGA is at war. They are fighting. They're fighting so much. And here's all of this. If you're in the Base Squad chat, I will be putting this in here for y'all. Y'all know, if you're not in the Base Squad chat, then where are you at? Baby, it is a mess. And all people are scrambling to do is, well, what they said is our beloved president is scrambling because right now everybody is pushing for the Epstein files because they are starting to see who these big donors are of certain leaders in Congress and seeing how the billionaires and the trillionaires are making all this money and some of the House and Senate leaders are making all this money. You see, I didn't say which side because it's all sides. They out here taking this APEC money. They doing everything but putting America first. Don't worry, we're going to get into Nick Fuentes and the things he was saying because, baby, he was eating Donald Trump up. They're out here fighting. They say you ran on saying you were going to release the Epstein files. Where are they? The people got to do something because you got people like this doing this.
Look, if you want to make the big, beautiful boycott actually hit, these are the 10 companies that matter most. And the one at the top is going to shock a lot of people. Starting with number 10, Domino Sugar. Most people don't realize this brand is tied to forced labor and Trump-aligned private owners. So if you're trying to make a difference, this is one of the easiest swaps that you can make. Number 9 is Goya. Every can on that shelf helped bankroll Trump's political circle. It has been that way for years, and the company has never backed off of it. Number 8 is Minute Maid. It looks harmless in your fridge, but it's owned by a parent company that pushed money straight into Trump's donor networks. It's one of those everyday brands that people don't even think about. Number 7 is Dasani. Same parent company as Minute Maid, same money pipeline. Even bottled water ends up tied into Trump's financial ecosystem. Number 6 is Whole Foods. People shop here thinking they are supporting ethical business practices. Meanwhile, its parent company has been funneling money into Trump's world while fighting back against worker protections. Number 5 is Buffalo Wild Wings. The parent company is another Trump donor machine. This is an easy one to avoid because there are better local alternatives in almost every city. Number 4 is Target. This one hits hard because it's everywhere. They rolled back inclusion efforts, and they have political money landing exactly where you do not want it going. Number 3 is WhatsApp. Meta has been accused of undermining democracy while financing Trump. That means even the group chats we use every day are sitting under a company tied directly into Trump's political structure. Number 2 is Arby's. The ownership circle is made of some of the biggest Trump donors out there, and people have no idea that grabbing a fast food sandwich feeds that machine. And number 1, the biggest one, the one almost nobody expects, is Waze, owned by a parent company that helped fund Trump's inauguration and those elite donor ballroom events. Every time people open the app to avoid traffic, they're using a platform built by a company that paid to keep them in power. If enough people skip half of these companies, this movement becomes the biggest consumer pressure point in the country. So pick 1, pick 3, or pick all 10. But once you start, stay consistent. This is how a boycott actually works.
And they said boycott throughout the entire holiday season, because I have another video for you. The MAGA wars are in full display. Hey, Queen Tulsa. Yes, so some of y'all are like, well, who owns who? Don't worry, we got the breakdown. So WhatsApp is owned by Meta. Whole Foods is owned by Amazon. Dasani is owned by Coca-Cola. Minute Maid is owned by Coca-Cola. Do with that as you will. I'm just here to bring out the things. Can we get 100 likes, please, and thank you. So this is why everybody's fighting. It's a constant fight. It's a battle. It's an uphill battle, because everybody's like, oh my God, we're losing out on all this money. You know, just they know if they release the files, the Epstein files, certain people will be okay. Not everybody is agreeing with that. Because, you know, in those emails, Base Squad, I gave y'all like emails. I gave y'all everything. Baby, they said Donald Trump, this is why MAGA's really at war, because they're trying to take the heat off of what has been released in the emails. Hence why they sent out a Stephen A. Smith. They said Donald Trump did the Guac 3000 for former President Bill Clinton. And they said that's why he's so upset with Hillary. That's why he's been sending those weird tweets to Hillary. Baby, there's even that weird photo. Let me see if I can find it, where it looked like he was groping Bill Clinton. I said, oh my goodness. You know, over there in their community, baby, it's called Boys Will Be Boys. It's called Boys Will Be Boys. They don't call it being gay. They call it bromance. And where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to look for the, ooh, here we go. Now listen, y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Now that explains this weird picture. You was a fan of Bill Clinton. Listen, Bill had them all hot and spicy, baby. Look, that's you. Bill had them all turned out, baby. What did Bill have on the girls? What did Bill have on the girls? Yes, please like this video. We need 100 likes. What did Bill have on the girls? Because, y'all, it is crazy. And what makes it even crazier is here we have this. Donald Trump is asking the Justice Department to investigate Bill Clinton over Epstein ties. People said that's not enough. They said that's not enough. Release it. He said he wants JP Morgan investigated. Baby, MAGA is fighting amongst each other. He wants Bill Clinton being tied to Jeffrey Epstein, JP Morgan. He said this is another Russia scam with all the arrows pointing at the Democrats. Trump wrote, framing the emails as a hoax. So now the emails aren't real. Now the emails aren't real. They was real when they was talking about everybody else, but now that it's talking about you doing the Guac 3000, it's fake. Somebody get Ghislaine Maxwell on the line. On the line. So then he sent out Attorney General Pam Bondi, but baby Pam Bondi's in a bind of herself because one of the former justices said she wanted him to lie on the record to the FBI. Baby, MAGA is at war, honey. They are crumbling inside out. They are fighting amongst each other. Everybody is running to the hills to be the first. I told you, when you out here committing crimes, you better get you a good lawyer. You better get you a good lawyer because they was not listening. I did a whole video. Y'all didn't really care about it. Where one of the biggest MAGA, Republican toting, talking faces said, hey, if we don't tighten up, we're all going to prison. Steve Bannon had a whole message. He was talking to the Republican leaders. He said, if y'all don't get a grip on this, we're going to be in trouble. It's going to be trouble. Y'all didn't care though. Y'all didn't care because y'all don't care. Y'all don't care that these people are playing in your faces. Prices high. Food. They're talking about, oh, the food is not being poisoned. Please. You could always tell somebody who's intellectually dense. The ones who were left. The children who were left. Okay? The children who were left. Okay, it's a mess. Oh, not JT. Pray for JT, y'all. Her homegirl passed away from her boyfriend who was committing domestic violence. But this is the thing. I have to say this. If y'all, and I have to say this because a lot of you conservative hoes be getting knocked between the washer and dryer. Leave. Have you an exit strategy because it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. If you don't care enough about your life to stay with someone who is putting hand, foot, and everything else on you, there's nothing I can do. You know, they have this talking points about people who it's a talking point about survival of the fittest and how people just succumb to the environment around them. I ain't never been one to succumb to anything that is harming me. This is why I actively use my voice. My heart goes out to her, but JT, as the friend, was you helping her escape that man? Or is it because you over there getting hand and foot put on you too? Because last time I checked, your man was out here getting his assistants pregnant and ish like that. That's what Tasha K said. She read them documents. Listen, I don't have time to be sad for people who put themselves in strange situations. Let's also continue to get into it. Let's continue to talk about Jeffrey Epstein because the people need to hear this.
I was trafficked by the former Abercrombie & Fitch CEO and a web of people who are still able to do this because people continue to act like they care but don't actually care. Regarding the Epstein files, I need you to please listen to me and listen to me for the entirety of this. Save this, share this, help me get this out there because this is important. Men and boys are absolutely included in all of this. Many of you know my story. Many people still don't know the story because it has been pushed down over and over because people don't like to understand that men and boys have always been victims in all of this as well.
I talked about this.
Abercrombie & Fitch at the height of it all, former CEO who I'm talking about, and I refuse to say his name on here because he does not get to take up space in my world anymore. The person who enabled him from the beginning was Lex Wexner. Lex Wexner is also the person who enabled from the beginning Jeffrey Epstein. As you connect more of these dots, you realize that this has been going on for a very long time, and it's still going on to some capacity because these industries, like the modeling industry, are predatory and they are a front for so many other things that are not what the world wants to know. I want to speak directly to survivors right now. Please take care of yourself. The world is using this as fodder. A lot of people that don't actually care about this are now going to use this to get engagement, to get likes, to get follows. And I'm grateful that noise is being made, but it's so sad because we've known this for so long. And if people just believe survivors, we wouldn't be in this position to begin with. Please take care of yourself, turn these things off. Don't engage with the people who are not actually coming at this with sensitivity and nuance and looking to actually help push this conversation forward so that justice can actually be had. What we're fighting is a system that was built by predators for predators.
Hello.
Soul sucking, and it's gaslighting, and it makes you feel crazy. Truth is that we are going to see change, and we are going to find justice in different ways, and it's going to take a really long time. Since my story came public in 2023, there's still so many logistical things that haven't gotten to actually happen because they know how to work the system. They know how to make themselves look like a victim themselves. It's just meant to make you feel crazy, and that's why people end up in really hard positions, and it takes a really strong person to go through this and come out on the other side okay. And I'm so grateful to this love army for being in this with me and knowing that you have helped get this to where it is, that you have helped make this story even bigger, and that we're going to keep getting more people to understand that men and boys are a part of this conversation and always have been. Please help these different pieces of the puzzle, my story. Please help more people hear about it because it helps us and it protects us in so many ways as well. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to our love army. Much love, y'all.
And I love that. I love that for him. And it's so sad. And I told y'all, they don't care about the men. They don't care about the men. They use the men as the pleasure and the women for their most heinous, corrupt things. When I told y'all about Dubai, y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all are still booking your trips, and that's fine. But I know what goes on. We talked about it. I said there's a whole documentary on YouTube that had almost 1 million views, and I talked about it months ago. Put a one in the chat if y'all remember me speaking on that. Put a one on the chat if y'all remember that. I was like, child, y'all need to see it because some of you have to see it from somebody else to believe it. I get no pleasure in sharing these things with y'all. I'm just showing y'all what's going on because some of you are banking with the banks that were out here funneling Jeffrey Epstein and his cohorts and things of that nature. I feel like they all should go to prison. But the people who did go to prison, we're gonna do a separate video about that. Upload to see if it works. They happen to mysteriously. It wasn't just Jeffrey Epstein. It was 2 of them. It was 2 of them. The roots go so deep. That's why I said, people be talking that talk. They just want to get to the surface. They don't want to get to the root of it. They never want to get to the root of it. They never want to get to the root of it. Ignore the trolls, baby. The trolls was sitting here because I told y'all before when we talk about Donald Trump, Nicki Minaj, what happens? They fall out the sky. Stop talking to them. Stop talking to them. They know to be respectful today because they'll get cussed out. They know they'll get cussed out. They caught on real fast. You see? This is why I don't give them no type of sympathy. I don't feel bad for the people who be like, oh my God, I was bullied. Oh, please. Please. Child, they hate to hear the truth. This is their people. This is their people. Ignore them. They fake. They fake. They was paid to be here. Somebody paid them. It wasn't me. I don't waste my money on degenerates. Let me get into that one video. I was over there watching AT2. AT2, I'm about to use your video when you was talking about because I want y'all just to hear some of the talking points of Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes was going in on his former party that he promoted, MAGA, and this is why the MAGA wars are the way that they are. Let me turn it down some because I don't know what it's going to say. It is crazy. The people are tired of being lied to. Nick Fuentes called them old, tired through, and said that they are now for the man. They are not for the workers. I said, oh. We knew that, though.
A week after that happened, after that little dust-up, Israel bombed Iran. A week after Israel bombed Iran, the United States joined in and bombed Iran. The war started on June 13th, 613. You know, there's 613 commandments in the Mishnah. The Jews believe there are 613 commandments in the Hebrew Bible, the Old Testament. On June 13th, they launched the war. The United States entered a week later. And then when Bibi Netanyahu came to visit the White House to celebrate the end of the war on 7/7, July 7th, it was before that visit that the DOJ released their memo announcing that the Epstein files did not exist and there would be no further investigation. It's interesting timing, wouldn't you say? Interesting bookends.
And my question is, what's going to be the new distraction?
We know what the new distraction is. They talking about snapping EBT. They trying to now. I seen the Mike Epps viral piece where he's talking about how SNAP is leading to cancerous foods. Boy, shut the hell up. 26% of us are on SNAP. Why are we the face of SNAP benefits? Black people are not the face. It is white folks. Please, I am so sick of the disingenuousness. And this is what Roland Martin keeps talking about. Y'all keep letting these people play in your face, and then here goes Charlamagne the God. Oh, they're gonna be calling you MAGA Mike. We're not calling him MAGA Mike. We just know that y'all are intellectually dumb. We have to call things by what it is. What were y'all doing for the people who needed food? Were y'all out here donating to the food banks? No, I'm so sick of these political grifters just popping up out the woodwork. Y'all are worse than Dr. Umar. At least Dr. Umar got some type of sense. Something. Y'all are just like, oh, we can make a grift on this. Shut up. Shut up. It's always the people they think we're going to want to listen to. I don't want to listen to Mike Epps. Mike Epps is a comedian. He don't do political commentary. He don't even do political comedy at all. Why are we listening to Mike Epps? Why do we care about his opinion on anything dealing with the government or the populace? Is he some type of super humanitarian that we don't know about? Because last time I checked, all he do is write jokes and fuck on hoes in his marriage. I'm sick of it. And I get it. Some people do want to be more than just what their occupation are. But listen, for as long as I have been a child to a now adult, you have not said anything political or said anything that was power to the people or light to the community. So why are we listening to you? And y'all be in the comments talking about, he right though, he right. Y'all be sounding dumb. I'm like, it is so easy for people to get over on y'all. So easy. Y'all buy in so much because y'all are mentally weak. Mentally weak. That's literally what it is. Because y'all are over here letting people do mental gymnastics in y'all face. It's weird. Why are we talking about SNAP and EBT when we aren't the ones who predominantly get it? When the shutdown was happening, I said children would go hungry. That was my main concern. The children. Because I know what they will do. We know that they will sell their children. History tells us so. Because you got Megyn Kelly out here telling y'all that barely legal is okay. So that's what we're doing. That's what the new shift in the focus is. I just answered it for you, AT2. Let's continue.
But anyway, there's going to be a new distraction.
Let me know if you can hear me now. Okay, y'all can. Let me know if you can hear me now. Y'all can. Yes, I play myself. Y'all should be able to hear now.
About the files. Don't forget, next week is the vote from the House where they actually get to vote on the release of the files. So we'll see what happens with that. But this story is not going away. And I'm like that there are people on the right who are calling it for what it is. Fool, you've been trying to hide these files. What are you hiding? Now we have to see it. You know, if Trump just played it cool, like it was nothing, like, oh yeah, we're working on it, and just told people some BS, but you want to call it a Democratic hoax? A Democratic hoax when essentially you were the one and your party was the one saying that we're going to have this released.
That's what he campaigned on, and that was Nick Fuentes' frustration. And he literally said, we're no longer buying into what MAGA is saying because MAGA is corrupt. They've been corrupt, if you let me tell it. But now he's like, they're corrupt, and child, y'all better be careful, because weren't the grapers at the unaliving of Charlie Kirk? Child, it's a mess. MAGA wars continue.
You were under the impression, oh, there's a whole bunch of Democrats on it. Now that we know that Epstein said Clinton never went to the island, all right, well, who's next? And like I said before,
and you have Donald Trump out here talking about now we want to investigate. Baby, them emails told all the tea. It said you was on your knees. Clinton didn't go to the island. It's just a mess. It's a mess. And this is who they're defending. They're defending the trashiest people. I'll tell you.
And on top of that, they thought it was going to be a whole bunch of Democrats. It's not looking like that. Peter Thiel was mentioned. Steve Bannon was mentioned. Michael Wolff, who we know did a whole book on Trump and had hours and hours of recording. It seems like all those people were there. But hey, what do I know? But I'll tell you one thing. We'll find out a lot more after somebody skimmed through all those 2,200, what was it, 20,000 emails? Yeah, more is coming out. We'll definitely know something more. And I don't think that the DOJ is going to tell us anything new. I think it's going to be us, as in me and you, the American people.
Yes, and the Nick Fuentes. It is definitely going to be us and Nick Fuentes. Because, baby, the people are crazy.
No, we need to...
and conspire. And when they're always wrapped up in things like this. And Trump is no different. We elected Trump as a reaction to Obama. Obama was elected as a reaction to Bush. What comes after this? And people wonder why I have an appeal. People say, why does this guy have any kind of appeal? Because this is what we have been treated to for my entire life since I was born. That has been the United States of America. I was born in the middle of...
Hey, mods, if y'all not in here, no trigger words in the chat. Look, no. Come on now. No trigger words in the chat. Sorry, I timed somebody out accidentally, but look, it is what it is. When you getting up in here saying crap like that, no, you gotta go. And in them emails, we already know what was said. Because that's how we found out about the whole Donald Trump and Bubba. I said, my God. Act like I have some sense. Y'all don't be acting like that when y'all over there watching Fox News. Y'all don't. Let's get into Megyn Kelly with her Pedialyte defending behind.
For Epstein. As for Epstein, I've said this before, but just as a reminder, I do know somebody very, very close to this case who is in a position to know virtually everything. Not everything, but virtually everything. And this person has told me from the start, years and years ago, that Jeffrey Epstein, in this person's view, was not a pedophile. This is this person's view, who was there for a lot of this, but that he was into the barely legal type. Like he liked 15-year-old girls. And I realize this is disgusting. I'm definitely not trying to make an excuse for this. I'm just giving you facts. That he wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby.
Is that not pedophilia?
That is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn. Now they call it child sexual abuse material on his computer that for the first time I thought, oh no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore. Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him, but we have yet to see anybody come forward and say, I was I was under 10, I was under 14 when I first came within his purview. Look, you can say that's a distinction without a difference.
No, it's not.
I think there is a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just whatever.
and y'all wonder why I say these hoes are trash. This is why I tell y'all I have to read Bay Squad, because if you would have read They Were Her Property, you would know these white hoes go to bat for predatory men all the time. Ghislaine Maxwell is just a cover. She's just one of the many who went to bat for an egregious, inhumane, disingenuous man who was using underage girls. Underage is underage. I don't care if underage is 15. 15 to a 40-year-old. 15 to a 60-year-old. 15 to a 30-year-old. Anything that's not dealing with teen, they actively go to school together, is a problem. That is still under the guise of statutory or straight up Me Too. What kind of woman who has children, because she has children, would say something like that? Has daughters. These are the type of people who would sell their kids. And y'all wonder why I kept saying it's not about snapping EBT. It's about the fact that they want y'all to sell your children. I have been saying this from the start. I did not make that up. I'm not mincing words. They want your children. Look at how she is defending somebody who did something like this. And the fact that she got paid millions upon millions of dollars for being harassed at the workplace. I told you, I don't trust these conservative hoes. These hoes will get on the internet and talk about all their Christian conservative values and how women should wear clothing and how they shouldn't be talking about their PUSSY and why they rap like this and twerking and all these things. And yet these hoes will get up here and defend sexual deviance. What happened to protecting the children? But again, it's always these conservative hoes. And I told you, I don't trust no conservative on the internet because you're working. What kind of conservative woman are you? I told y'all, I say instead of her husband saying you've been put through enough, she has to put herself through more disgusting, improper things. We're talking about the Megyn Kelly who has a movie made after her. Bombshell is made after her of the things they had to put up with. And instead of her husband standing up and being a man and saying, baby, you did enough, you could just chill out and put your feet up, she has to go to work every day. She has to clock in. These are the conservative hoes y'all are looking at. These are the same hoes who tell you don't need an education. Go get you an MRS degree. Maybe y'all should just be wives, having an education, spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to have academia under your belt is nothing. And I'm just like, oh, I don't believe in feminists. It's always something with these conservative bitches. But yet they're actively working. Conservative my ass. You hoes are politically grifting. I am sick and tired of the political grift. They want the princess treatment. They can't get it because their husbands tell them to go clock in, ho. That's why when they get to talking, I'm like, I don't want to talk to you. Where your boss at? Where is your boss? They get real triggered. They get real in their feelings. And then they have the keyboard thug. Y'all can do what you want. I'm not talking to no hoe who talks them Christian conservative values and you come every day and queue up or you're working super hard and you have to do that. That's not giving conservative values. The conservative girlies are put up. They're not doing content. They're putting their words to action. They're literally cute and mute. Those are the true conservatives. Melania Trump is a conservative woman. She only speaks when they tell her to go speak. You think she's speaking on her own? Please. JD Vance's wife, she's over there suffering in silence. Y'all out here looking at the Megyn Kellys and the Erica Kirks. You think them hoes is conservative? Baby, they're loud and proud everywhere, just talking and speaking and talking and speaking. They're selling you a grift. They don't even believe in it. They have college under their belt. If they don't believe college is important, they should tell the universities to take the degrees back. They should take the degrees back and turn off the monetization for all of their platforms since it's not important. Be a true conservative. Say you're good, because you out here working. What kind of conservative man wants his wife to work? Traditional values. It's always that bullshit. So they can steal your kids because they're always trying to make up a new excuse so you could be dumb. So that way you could give your kids away like they used to. For 40 acres and a mule. Y'all get so mad at the color purple, but let me tell you something. White women have way worse stories. They try to hide it. They try to hide it because they're like, oh my God, I don't really want to tell. Or they get put in institutions. Let's not act like Paris Hilton didn't tell you her mother had her kidnapped in the middle of the night. Her father too. They talk about Kathy, but they never talk about the father. The father had to sign off on it. How did you think she got there? Kidnapped her in the middle of the night because they said she was a little too active. JFK's sister was sent to an institution and lobotomized because she just liked men. She was boy crazy. They said, oh, hell no. They isolated queens for less. And some of y'all are like, I'm a conservative. My good Christian values tell me the good book says, you should do this. And y'all listen, being pick-me's for men will always have y'all falling by the wayside. I can always spot you pick-me hoes because y'all will say the dumbest, most egregious, most anti-woman stuff ever. What in the world is the barely legal type? 15 is not legal. A 15-year-old cannot serve in war. A 15-year-old cannot pay taxes. A 15-year-old has to go before the court of law to be emancipated from their family, to be recognized as a legal adult. How do we know? We have enough stars who've done it. And shout out to this troll baby. You can't keep a man. Y'all can't keep a woman. That's why y'all stay in women's chats. Don't worry, we got the statistics on y'all. You keyboard thugs who are falling in love with AI generated thoughts and creations. Child, please. Child, please. You're probably one of these predators at a bus stop. You're probably one of the ones who used to ride in your car next to all the bus stops for the high school. Better yet, that's too old. The middle school. You're probably a Christian preacher. Because those are usually the predators, the ones who are heavy and devout in the church between the ages of 24 and 70. What? Christian? Preaching about the good book? Predator type. I know y'all always doing it. Of education, mad, bitter, because somebody told you to go read out loud. I know your type. Don't come over here trolling. Trolling me, it won't work. I can spot a weak beta male, always. Someone who hasn't done anything in life except for be a worker. You can't go out and fight for the freedoms of others, so you try to oppress people by going into the chats. I hope you feel confident about yourself, weak beta male. We see you. Shout out to you, sis. Never fails. Never fails. You're probably one of the predator type. It never fails because we always know. We always see you. We always see you. And they raise their children to be predators too. I have a picture. While y'all are out here caping for this BS, here you have teenage nursery worker detained for Me Tooing a 3-year-old boy. Faces of predators. Raising predators, creating predators. They promote predators. It's always a woman talking about, well, he didn't know. Yeah. Please. Anyways, I hope y'all got something out of this Space Squad. Remember, they're trying to take your rights away. You're either going to give in or fight. You're either going to give in or fight. And on that note, what are your thoughts, babes? Comment down below. We got to go. Bye, hoes.